Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn with Jisham. In this video, we are going to talk about Women's Reservation Bill 2023 passed by both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha in the Indian Parliament. Okay, so what's the purpose of Women's Reservation Bill? It is to reserve seats for women in legislative bodies in parliament as well as in state legislative assemblies to enhance their representation in the legislative bodies. So, if you're talking about the historical background, an attempt was made starting from 1996 to reserve seats for women, but it has faced numerous challenges, debates, and delays over the years, and finally, both the houses passed the bill both the houses passed the bill in 2023. So, in the present Lok Sabha, the strength of female members is 78 out of the total strength, that is 542 members. So it's almost a 14.39 percentage of the Lok Sabha, the strength of Lok Sabha. Now, if we implement the reservation bill, if it translates into an act, then the strength of female members in the Lok Sabha will rise to 179 out of 543 members. So it will be 33 percentage of the total strength of Lok Sabha as required by the Act. So this is an image taken from Central Vista website portal. It is showing our old Parliament House. Now, what are the main features of Constitution 128th Amendment Bill 2023? So, from the reservation angle, it reserves 33% of seats in the Lok Sabha. Please note, it's the Lok Sabha. And also state legislative assemblies for women. Now, what about reservation for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes? The act, or presently the bill actually require that reservation should be given to women from SC as well as ST community as per their population. So there should be sub reservation when it comes to the Constitution 128th Amendment Bill 2023, and reservation is for 15 years, just like any temporary provisions in our original Constitution. The seats are reserved for women, and these seats will be rotated after each delimitation. Delimitation means redrawing of parliamentary constituencies after taking into consideration latest population data from the census. Okay, decadal census. Now this is an image of the present or new Parliament House. Now let's look at the timeline or history of women's reservation in politics. So getting women into politics is seen as a key way to fight gender inequality in the country. So in 1992, an attempt was made to reserve seats for women in local bodies, like Panchayati Raj institutions like village Panchayat, Zilla Panchayat, as well as block Panchayat. Okay. Also in municipalities, municipal corporations, Nagara Palikas. Now in 1996, another attempt was made to reserve seats for women in parliament as well as state legislative assemblies, that is 1/3 of the total seats of parliament and state legislative assemblies. It was known as 81st Constitutional Amendment Bill. 1998, another Constitution Amendment Bill was introduced, 84th to introduce a reservation of seats for women for 15 years. And in 1999, another attempt was made, unsuccessful attempt. All these are unsuccessful attempts. So in 1999, 85th constitutional amendment was introduced. So, but political parties couldn't agree on the provisions mentioned in the Constitution Amendment Bill, 85th Constitutional Amendment Bill. In 2008, Rajya Sabha passed, Rajya Sabha, it's the upper house of our parliament. Rajya Sabha passed the Constitutional Amendment Bill reserving seats for women in 2010. It was first introduced in 2008, but the Lok Sabha couldn't pass it, and so it was eventually dropped. Finally, in 2023, the 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha and passed in the Lok Sabha, and then later introduced in Rajya Sabha, was passed in Rajya Sabha as well with special majority. Okay, so I'm introducing you to a civil service course. It's an online civil service course offered by IAS in depth. There will be 126 recorded lectures as per UPSC syllabus and test series with 2400 plus questions. Also previous year's question papers are there. You can practice it. You can practice previous year's question papers. Also class notes for each lectures. There are 126 recorded lectures, so you'll get class notes for each lectures and 100 plus flashcards for handy revision. If you're interested, please visit iasindep.com and join the course. Coming back, so significance of our Constitution Amendment Bill for women's reservation. It addresses underrepresentation of women in legislative assemblies despite their population strength. That is, half of the population it's women in the country, but they are traditionally been underrepresented in politics. So we need to increase the representation of them. It will, it will translates into empowerment, or it will result in empowerment. So it aims to enhance, this bill aims to enhance women's decision making roles in the highest legislative forums or policy making in the country. Now, if you're talking about success stories in the local bodies, many Indian states already have introduced 33% or more, that is 50% reservation for women in local Panchayati Raj institutions. So it's a great success stories. Also, wherever there is higher representation of women in the Panchayati Raj institution, we can see or we can witness improved governance, decision making, and community outcomes in those areas with higher women representation. So these are some of the success stories and challenges and hurdles. There should be political will. Historically speaking, political parties resisted the introduction of women's reservation bill in the parliament. Another problem is related with implementation, the logistics of rotating constituencies after each delimitation exercise. It's a challenging one, but the positive aspects is greater than the challenges, so it's better to implement it. Now, societal mindset is also a very important factor. The patriarchal beliefs may pose challenges to the successful integration of women in politics. Now, supporting arguments, it will create a gender equality, gender parity, reduce gender disparity. It will bridge the gender gap in the political arena. There will be diverse perspectives. Women will bring unique and varied perspectives in legislation as well as policy making and global trends in some countries like Finland, etc. In Scandinavian countries, women representation is very high. There is increased women's participation. Many countries have successfully implemented quotas and seen the benefits of increased women's participation, especially in Scandinavian European countries. Now, counter arguments are there, like you are not considering merit. It's always there. If you're talking about reservation, always there is a counter argument for reservation, that is it is against merit based selection. So some argue it could sideline merit based selection in favor of gender based reservation. Uh, and short term solution, some argue that it's a short term solution. We need to focus on changing societal mindsets. There is also, potential for misuse. Some, you know, powerful political family members will, you know, use women as proxy candidates, where male politicians might use female family members as placeholders. This is also a very important concern. Now, what are the procedures to pass a constitution amendment bill in the parliament? Both the houses of the parliament must pass the bill by a special majority. It's not a simple majority, it's a special majority. They must pass by special majority, and the bill must be ratified by 50% of the states in India, according to the provisions of Article 368, that is Constitution Amendment related article. The bill must be ratified by at least 50% of the states, because you know it affects their rights, the states' rights, because India is a federal country. Their consent is also needed. The states' consent is also needed, as it affects their rights. Implementation timeline, it will take time, because the act will implement only after the delimitation exercise. It's not done yet. It should be done, after the 2021 census. But the exercise for that, or the population count, not yet completed. The government plans to start the delimitation exercise after 2026. So the reservation provisions might only start by 2029 general elections or later. All right. I hope this video is very clear for you. To watch more videos of this type, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, like, share, and comment this video. Thank you, all of you. See you in the next video.